Hi, I'm Suzanne Narain, and I am running for City Councillor for Ward 8. I am a teacher, activist, and a resident in the community. My parents migrated from Guyana in the late 1970s and settled in the Jane Finch area in the 1980s, and it's been home ever since. I am a supply teacher in the community. I graduated from York University with my Bachelor of Education. I teach elementary school. I also am involved in grassroots organizing, do lots of advocacy work, and I am also currently pursuing some more studies in school. I am running for councillor because I think that we need better representations in our community, representation that is willing to stand up and take a stance on issues that matter the most. Issues like providing meaningful employment to youth and people in the community, issues like providing adequate housing, improving the living standards of people.
You know, and there's a structural issue. I mean, and I think an ethical issue. If you are a large institution in Canada that's, prides itself in, the multiple levels of research and, social responsibility, and you are in the backyard of a community that is highly marginalized, highly criminalized.
I think that we need better representation that is willing to take a stance on environmental justice issues, housing issues, transit and employment issues.
You have the ability to provide people with stable employment. One of the huge issues in the community is lack of access to full-time and meaningful employment. A lot of people have precarious work, part-time jobs. I mean, here York is a machine that's able to provide or able to give people access to jobs at the very minimum, but there is a huge barrier. I think that something that should be done is, like with these large corporations in the community, like that they need to ensure, or we need as a community to demand that there is access, that community members have access to these jobs.
Particularly looking at youth spaces and how to secure community spaces for local youth and residents.
People from the community need to get jobs by the Pan Am Games. Like, you can't have this huge organization here presenting these events and not hiring from within the community.
The Toronto Strong Neighborhood Strategy meeting, when residents of the Jane Finch community in the Northwest area were going to be cut from the priority funding.
In doing so, we were able to raise awareness or say, look, like Jane and Finch still, regardless of the different zoning model that you're using, still ranks lowest on the equity score across the city.
Currently work and live in the community, and I've always associated with the name Jane and Finch, or being from the Jane Finch community. I don't think that changing the name to University Heights will fix the structural problems in the community. Changing one name to the next doesn't fix the issues, doesn't fix structural issues of poverty. And I think that we need somebody who is really going to be serious about providing systemic changes, like access to adequate and affordable housing. I'm going to be doing a weekly video on issues that are important to the community, or the reasons why I think that I should be councillor for Ward 8.